G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Weekend Mish. On this episode we have 6 days of hunting, camping and exploring in the remote west coast. We're bloody excited, let's get into it. Woo!
Old fella got a little bit wet there.
What a little mission.
Let's go, boys! Right, and we've just been dropped off here in the west coast. Cheers to backcountry helicopters for getting us in here. We've come from Makarora over on the east coast of New Zealand, and we've been dropped off on the west coast here. It's not just Riley and I, we've got a bit of a crew with us. Jeremy, cousin Bailey, Jack over here.
We got the gear out of the chopper. We're gonna start moving around, set up camp, set our base camp out for the next 7 days.
Luxury of having a helicopter, we can fly on a lot of gear here. We're really aiming to set up an epic campsite. So we've got 6 days in here, and we have flown in, as we said. So we're going to put a lot of time and effort into making an epic campsite. Right behind me, we have an 8-person teepee. Absolutely beautiful. We can't wait to get this set up, and then we're going to have a few satellite tents running around a perimeter, maybe a few flies as well to keep us out of the rain.
This is the Seek Outside 8-person teepee.
Now, we have no idea how to set this thing up.
There we go. Yeah, now just figure out.
We're struggling to put a peg in.
So much room for activities, like Step Brothers. It's fantastic. I'm very happy.
We now have all 5 of us standing fully upright in the tent.
Very nice.
Yay.
So many smiling faces.
Very good.
What's going on here, lads?
Just winging some construction. So it's a lost cause, really.
Nearly there with the tent. Bloody excited, actually. It's a bloody good setup.
We have quite a few hours before we can go hunting this evening, so I'm gonna park up, put the chairs out, and just relax for the day.
Where we are right here is South Westland, and South Westland is renowned for its red stags. Now, we are also at the start of the red stag roar. So that's when the male stags are getting particularly vocal, compete with other male stags, get their hinds, and have a bit of fun time. All the stars are aligning for an incredible trip. She's high, she's dirty, she's big.
We did bring a pet craft. This is for us crossing the river. Save us in the mornings from getting not just wet boots but wet nipples.
It won't be until around 5 o'clock that the animals start moving. So we've still got another, 3 hours. There's many ways to kill time. This one is called golf. So now it's time to have a little competition. Who can get it into the packraft in the least shots? Oh my God, and that is a birdie.
Not exactly what you call a golfer.
Oh no.
Well on the rough.
What? Josh is getting creative. Oh gosh. Oh. It's a wrap. We're done.
There's a million sandflies up there. Not the goods. Very excited to get for our first mission. Hopefully we can see some owls.
There's a wee bit of cloud cover coming in up there now. There's a little bit of a breeze starting to pick up. It's getting time to go out and go for a look. Me and Riley are going to shoot up belly, and the other 3 lads are going to shoot down belly. Hopefully we're going to find something, but it's early days.
Yeah,
Go well.
Good luck, boys.
Catch you later.
Ciao.
Now we have about a grand total of 500 metres to go this evening. We're in no rush. Might be the longest I've ever walked in my life.
We're hoping that somewhere in this bush is a good game trail. Pretty much just a path that's been used by animals a lot. You can do it.
Shit. Okay. All right. Peace out.
And now we're in the more mature beech forest. The stuff is much nicer to walk through. This is a game trail. Our first sign of deer in the area here.
just come across a big, what we call a deer wallow, so it's where deer come and like to roll around the mud and have a play, and unfortunately we're very close to this one, so let's try to find another one that's a bit further away from us.
Looking for deer out in front of us on the flats.
We just had a hind run about 20 yards in front of us into the bush. It's pretty cool first day of the trip.
Tell me if you can tell the difference between this hoof print here and that hoof print just there. Is that like a 50 million pointer? That is what we would call a very large stag.
Me and Gabe are geared up to go rub a bank. It's actually for sandflies. There's about 1 million of these little bastards, and they land on you and they bite you. So gloves, long sleeves, face mask.
Much better.
We're ready to rob the bank. Just sussing out where the cops are.
No deer picked up.
Me and Gabe have got to start to make our way back to camp.
We're just using NZ Topo to check our area.
Look at those cheeky buggers right there, and not what you want to be seeing. Bloody possums. Hole, that was exactly where my foot was.
Just under 1 metre long. That is a serious leg baraka.
Back parked up now, it's a good wee evening mission.
The other lads saw about 5 deer, so better signs down valley. Stoked the boys have seen some. Good to share a beer or two around the fire.
Cheers, Moles. Bailey's just mixing up, looks pretty tasty down there. Specialty of mine.
Big Mac tacos.
Got the mince on the taco, chuck some lettuce in, burger sauce, whacked it. Oh, yeah.
That was and there goes our week of sauce.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks damn good.
Well done, Bailey. That was fantastic.
Slide on your face.
We don't really know our plan yet, but see you tomorrow.
Well, good morning. We've actually treated ourselves to a sleep in. We're going to cook up a big feed of bacon and eggs and then make an attack plan for today. We do have a few hours to kill till we want to potentially leave, maybe play some more games around camp. I reckon I need a bit of redemption at this golf thing.
Drop in the comments below how many shots you reckon I can get it from here to inside the teepee over there.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's a shocker.
We all played this game before and me and Jake absolutely kicked his ass.
Yeah.
And Gabe has gone down severely bad.
Dusty. Oh, when the hunting's going slow, you can always eat.
A lot better than how me and Gabe actually eat in the hills. We eat shit compared to this, to be honest.
There you go.
You got another bit of cheese there?
Good to go. Then yes, go.
Oh.
We've decided that we are going to go to the head today. It's about a 3-4 hour walk, so it's not too bad.
We're fly camping. Essentially, we're taking lightweight camps, lightweight packs, and we're going to peel out for 1 to 2 nights and just explore the head of this incredible valley. Big glacial lake, beautiful blue river, or probably beautiful grey river at the moment.
This will be me and Gabe's bed or room for the next couple of nights. Bloody perfect size for 2 people. And we're about to hit the boots on the ground and go for a bit of a walk. We're going to about a 7-ish K walk up the valley to the head. Yeah, it's a bit of a bush bash and maybe some river crossings along the way.
Quick tip for you, if you are bush bashing, go at the back because everyone else pretty much cuts a trail for you. The head basins of valleys typically can hold some of the animals that don't get as much pressure. Hopefully that also means for us, the bigger animals, the less smarter animals, or the older animals.
So. Full squadron.
We've broken the bush and we're out onto the river flats. Hopefully we can aim to do about 3 to 4 k's an hour. The river hugs the bank up there, which would force us into the bush, and as such we're going to have to cross the river here.
Sergio's going to help us out.
See you.
Now we're having a couple issues getting across this river. Seems to be a common theme when you're hunting over on the west coast of New Zealand here. We cannot get around here, so we're going to have to go up into there, which doesn't look that nice.
Yay.
The familiar west coast scrub.
Another snorkel with going through the scrub.
There's 100 different routes. Everyone's got their own wee way that works for them. We're down at the river now. but it still doesn't look great. That is definitely not crossable for us. Yeah, I'd say this 3-4 hour walk, probably going to be more like 5 hours, or maybe more. I've been forced back up into the bush a second time. Back out onto the river flats, part 2. That is horrible. But we can walk up the edge of the river. We've walked along the side of the river all the way up through here.
Back to the easy stuff.
We tried about 4 times further down, but we decided it was too unsafe down there, so we kept going up into the river, got a little bit more spread out and less flow.
So the travel on the right hand side looks a lot better than travel on the left hand side here. And as such, we're going to try get across and then up that way. Well, we didn't film that, but we all pulled out. It's going to be a lot slower, but we're also going to be a lot safer. Safety first. Woo! Old fella got a little bit wet there.
Well, we successfully crossed that little bit. We shall continue. Travel was extremely slow. We've done about 3 Ks in over 2 hours. Hey, let's hope it speeds up a little bit, but I'm assuming it will not. Don't really want to be falling in here. As we end up down in these rocks, chances are you will not be coming back to the surface.
We're probably nearing the halfway point, but we're almost at our originally estimated time. We've got another 3 Ks to camp to go. Honestly, at this rate, it's probably another 2 hours. Right, we've just seen a stag. How big? How is he spooking? They reckon he's a shooter.
Me and Bailey are going to take the rifle, move up a little bit and see if we can see him. Can't wait him out. Boys reckon he's maybe a long 8 to a 10, but we don't know yet. I only saw him for a wee bit, so. Okay, so me, Bailey and Jack, let's see if we can't find this stag. A good vantage of it where he was, so we're just going to wait him out for a wee bit and hopefully he comes back into the clearing and we can get a shot away of it.
After a fair bit of waiting, we've decided to pull pin and head back to where Gabe and Jeremy are hanging out. Fortunately, he didn't come out in time, which is a bit of a bugger.
These deer are coming out for very small periods of time, so we may not make it to the lake now because of this kind of stunt in our journey. We're not going to go all the way up to the lake tonight, but we're not going to be able to hunt it properly, so we're going to sit back, hunt this beautiful stuff here, and focus on the head basin for the next 2 days.
Oh, look, it's very attractive.
Evidently the animal numbers in here are lower than we'd hoped. We're just going to keep persevering. It would be nice to see a couple more deer at some point soon.
And we have found ourselves a wee camp spot. Got a creek over there. Yeah, time for a wee feed.
The other couple of boys are just up valley checking out a wee slip up there. Keeps us away from the really good hunting country for tomorrow. Far enough that we don't spook it, wind it, volume, all of that stuff.
I've got a bit of mac and cheese and I've just slept in a wrap for tonight. Gabe has Mexi nachos. That is very well played, sir. Well done to you.
How's the food out of 10, mate?
Oh, mate, easily 10.
It's going to be a 7.9.
I've got to give it a 10 out of 10.
Quite high, I'd say about an 8. And now I've got my hands on a wee pudding. I reckon this is going to be a 10 out of 10. If it's not, I might cry. It is vegan, so I'm going to have to drop it to about a 7.
It's a real shame. And with that, we will see you guys in the morning.
Morning. Hello there. Let's get into the day. I've woken up extremely crook this morning.
The boys just poked down a valley below us here and they saw a couple deer this morning. It's always good to keep seeing animals. Now we're going to pack up camp and head up valley.
We're all having a bit cold feet this morning with the old wet boots.
It's pretty brutal, sure. The other boys are a wee bit ahead of us. Me and Raz are a bit slow this morning. We're going to park up pretty much all day until prime time hunting starts.
Well, we're all packed up and we're about to beat the feet and hit river.
Here's a wee look-see at what our travel looks like up along the side of this very hoofing river.
Oh, good. Don't fall. You will die.
Beautiful wee sandy beach.
This day, canning.
The river got a wee bit average, so we're now into the bush. All the lads are feeling a little bit tired. We have 800 meters to go and about 5 hours to do it. It's actually really good travel through here, so
going to start to quiet down. All going well, we're not too far from camp.
We have just poked our head out the bush for a second, and Bailey's picked up a couple of deer way up high. Looks to be a hind and a yearling, a mature female and a very, very young female.
Gonna go find this nice wee spot to park up and have a bit of a feed, I think, and just sit back off the good hunting zone for tonight.
Some fresh sign here of a stag beating up this bush. He's throwing all the dirt all over the ground. And we're seriously getting into the zone now. Beautiful prints, lots of scent.
Just come across this pretty epic, giant boulder field with the monkey scrub. Have a chill out before we move on this evening. Try out some steps.
We don't want to force our scent, we don't want to spook the animals, and we're just going to hold off here.
Bailey has spotted us a couple of shams way up above us. It's pretty cool to see some diversity in the animals in here for this trip.
It's about 2:30, so another hour and a half or 2 hours before we need to start worrying about getting out there. We are expecting a little bit of rain tomorrow, and that wind's just started to picking up, so that's likely what's going to bring the weather through. Fortunately for us, it does mean we're probably in for a decent night of hunting before that weather comes through, and we're just about to get out of here. An absolute highway. It's a view, dear. Epic to see they're living this high up. The signs are getting better and better. The stag's come through and he's just used his antlers to absolutely bash the crap out of this bush. He's obviously a very angry stag. I don't want to fight him. Some nice big open grassy flats and some nice slips here behind me. Bloody beautiful country to look at. Not long into our first glassing session, we've picked up 3 deer on the face, which is us. Just a couple of hinds and a yearling. We've got a long few hours ahead of us, so hopefully some more animals will be popping out. We heard our first roar of the trip just up in the bush here behind camp. It's a good feeling to finally hear that roar. And now we're in no one going hard. That is one hell of. Don't get any better than that. Amongst the roars behind me here, there's been a giant icefall. It sounds as if you're in an earthquake or a bloody Boeing 747 taking off. It's absolutely incredible, unless you're underneath it. Well, we've chosen camp. It's a nice wee spot hidden away from all the good hunting stuff. Hopefully, a good night's sleep. It's going to be a shocking night's sleep. The boys are heading up off valley. Riley and I are going to stay a bit closer to camp and punch down valley. Good luck, lads.
Likewise, babe.
Go well.
Oh, fingers crossed. We see some stags. I've heard them. Just need to see them.
The reason we think this is such a good spot, it's been quite hard to access. That should mean the animals aren't afraid, and there's a fair few of them up here. We hope at least.
Well, it's getting a bit on now, and we still haven't picked up too many animals here, so we'll slowly start to stalk our way back down this river towards our camp.
Just knocked down valley and spotted a mega mob deer. There's at least 10 deer in there, maybe more. They're bounding out onto the flats now. Hopefully there's a stag with them. The hinds are currently getting coerced by the spikers, and the mature stag hasn't got to them yet by the looks of things. They're really moving, and the spikers are really chasing after them. It's an epic encounter. Now, if you've watched our channel before, you know we're not just going to come out here and lay everything out. We're holding off for the big stag, or the big whatever it is.
There's 12 deer in there.
So yeah, we're not out here to shoot spikers. We take meat whenever we need it. But if not, we're waiting for a big dog. Unless some culling needs to be done, which is also very important. These spikers are just unrelenting. Spiker's now looking around, confused, unsure what he's done wrong. He'll soon learn that aggressively chasing after his woman is certainly not the best way to get a bit of action.
Just packing up to go home to camp. Gabe said, stop. He's just picked up a stag. He's not super old. He's a good-looking stag, but we are going to leave him. But it is so epic to see him, and he's roaring. That is such a cool feeling. Now check out this footage of this boy. It is epic.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
He's roaring.
He's roaring. Listen. Having a bit of a roar off with the stag down here.
Pretty damn epic. Gabe's bloody yelling at the stag, and he's yelling back. He's roaring at the same time as you.
Come at me, Gene. It's a bit tough with the old hands. I can't be bothered finding the raw horn in the backpack.
So sad.
I wrote it.
Hello.
She's pretty much fully dark now, and as we said, we're out here to look for a big dog. That in fact was not a big dog. That was a young stag, nowhere near maturity in our eyes. Incredible encounter. We absolutely love seeing the animals like that. That's what keeps us coming back. Let's head back to camp, but we're into the mission now for sure.
After what I would call a very successful evening hunt, we've just gone back to camp now and cooked the wee feed. I'm having mixy nachos.
With that, the boys are off to bed. See you tomorrow. Good night. Farewell.
Well, good morning. The sun has not risen. It's quite brutal. A little bit of rain this morning, so a little bit wet, but I'm extremely tired. Boys are all up and
Still dark, as you can see.
but we're just going to start walking in the dark and then make our way to the head.
Well, it's starting to get a little bit lighter now, which is a bit nicer on the eyes, but still hasn't gotten any drier. I'm pretty soaked my pants through my waterproof pants. It sucks.
When you're walking through scrub in the rain, times your wetness by tenfold. Right, now we're in a race against time to be able to see this lake, because the clouds just cleared, but there's another big patch getting blown in behind us, so we've arrived at this glacial lake we've been talking about. It's absolutely incredible. I honestly think we may have less than a minute to admire it though, because the clouds coming in behind us.
It's unreal how big this thing is. There's a lot of damn water in there.
And just like that, not 5 minutes after our arrival, the cloud has rolled back in, and our vision is being greatly affected.
Where's our big stag? There he was.
The boys have decided if we don't touch the lake, it doesn't count, so.
Yep. After admiring the lake for all of 10 minutes, we are all soaked and very cold. And I am still sick, so it's not great. But
Back at camp now, we're packing up all the kit and the equipment. It's still drizzling, so we're going to have 6 or 7 pretty brutal hours. We're going to start the long journey home. We'll save you the hassle. We'll skip to a little bit of the trip and see you back there. 45 minutes in, she's not been too bad.
pretty damn drenched.
Yes, wet. We're making good time, but done about 2Ks, about 5Ks to go.
Nice. It's looking fairly drenched.
Really wet.
Lovely. Oh yeah. We have found our wee lunch spot, this nice little rock bivvy. Enjoy some food, because we're all absolutely starving.
Bloody good, packed up. Nestled under this incredibly large boulder. It's no doubt fallen down in the last 100 years.
Hope it doesn't fall down any further.
Food.
Bit of boot review going on.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you back at camp. This is going to be brutal for the next couple of hours.
It is still raining and we are all still absolutely soaked. Yeah, I'll avoid this gorge. After I don't know how many hours and how many Ks of absolute hell through wet bush and rain, we're at base camp.
Oh, that's not a very flattering look, but we're going to just park up here, dry out all our gear, hopefully poke out for a little look-see this evening, if it's not raining. We have not yet put the chimney in. But,
It's a dodgy looking chimney, mate. This is a bit of leakage here.
we've got the chimney in. Sit back, relax and enjoy.
What's going on here, mate? Oh yeah, just trying to keep the boys warm. Yeah, that's about it really. I'm really cold. The great thing about this fireplace too is it gets rid of all the sandies.
I reckon we have a barbecue, steaks, chops, sausages, mashed blood, and maybe some peas. And then we heard some stags roaring just now. Probably going to go and chase those. We're going to get one behind camp here. It's perfect hunting conditions.
Is that blue sky? Wow. Mate.
I've just got a little bit of tingliness in my chest. I'm ready to go.
This box is thermonuclear. Bailey's decided to put a pan on the old fireplace.
West Coast wild boar.
Seen it.
Ideal. Steak. Absolutely delicious.
And fire is humming. Oh, good.
Perla. Carving her up now. That could actually be from a domestic pig.
Wow.
That's me.
It's real good, eh?
Mm.
Put the wet clothes back on and get into it. Me and Bailey are going to go out. Raz has been a bit lazy today, so he's going to stay behind.
I'm just going to sort some Evan, alright?
Call me out.
You've been relegated. We've assembled a bit of a motley crew of attire here. Bailey's got all his wet clothes on, and I've opted for Crocs, Riley's pants, and my raincoat from when I was about 7 years old. So now I've only got about an hour of light left. So our strategy for this hunt is just to punch down and watch over some flats just below camp here, right on dark. I haven't actually been down here yet. This is all new country for me. Pretty much we're just stalking down the flat instead of sitting and waiting for the animals to come out. Unfortunately, that bloody cloud has come through again, making it quite hard to see. We just had 2 lines of smoke just in front of us there. There we go, that's the hind barking at us. We're just heading back home now. Cool to see a couple of deer. There's got to be some action tomorrow. The boys are back at camp now. The night's going to go the same as it always does. Cook up a feed, hang out, watch a few movies. I think a couple of the boys are pretty eager to go for a morning hunt. But 100% going for an epic evening hunt tomorrow. So we'll see you in the morning.
Oh yeah, steak sizzling on the barbie. The morning. It's been a nice and chill one for the fellas, apart from Jeremy. He went out for a bit of a solo mush. We're gonna chill out some more, eat some food, probably play some games for a bit in the afternoon, I reckon. Sounds like fun.
We've been sleeping very, very well. We have a huge amount of room, right? A lot of dairy, which I'm a huge fan of, and then probably some hot chocolates. Oh.
And a bit of bacon. Don't forget the bacon.
Hey,
oh, here he is.
We've moved into the much needed sun, and we're going to begin drying all of our kit because it is completely soaked. We thought we'd do a little walkthrough tour. Over here we've got Jeremy's tent. Jeremy's been sleeping in there. We've also got the outside of the fire for a fair bit of equipment storage. Here is Bailey and Jack's tent. Their tent's been used for also gear storage. We have the pack raft, which we have got absolutely zero use out of. Now the inside of the tent, 8-person teepee, so much room. Bailey and Raz are over there on that tarp. Me and Jack are over in that corner. And then of course we've still got all this room left over here for storage and seating when it's raining. The boys' cooking area, so nice to be able to all sit around in a little communal spot. Behind that, the beautiful valley that we're hunting.
Edmund's buttermilk pancake mix with coffee. Can't bloody beat it.
Oh my god.
On the cob grill, one piece of dairy milk chocolate
Oh my
in the centre.
gosh.
There goes the first taste tester.
Yep. That's outstanding. Next course, wild bacon. Had some the other day, it was fantastic. The very non-exciting jobs of the camp, but someone's got to do it, I suppose.
Probably only about 2.5 hours before we head out for a hunt now. Before all the boys get in on some action, I'm going to play a couple holes, get some practice in.
And ball's gone. Oh, it's really good. Oh, it's almost went in. They didn't count.
I'm never going to get it in. Oh, Boomtown. It's about 4:30 now, so we're going to put ourselves in position way before the deer will even be coming out. The other lads are off, they're out of here. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Go well, mate. And our strike team tonight is myself, Riley, and Bailey. If the wind's going down valley, we're going to peel way down, slowly move our way back up the flat. If the wind is coming up valley, we'll just stay where we are as soon as we hit the flats. This is our last ditch attempt at it. While the wind is coming up valley, we're going to wait and have the wind in our face and slowly move down and hope that when the thermals change and the air starts coming down the valley and our wind hasn't centered any of the potential deer country.
Stags do a lot of damage with their antlers, and this is good evidence of how much damage they can do.
It's quite excessive.
Just like that, clockwork, we'll spot our first deer of the night. Just a lone hind at the moment. We're just going to watch it, and hopefully the stag comes out.
There's about 1 billion sandflies here. These little bastards, not fun. As we are walking along, we've just heard a gunshot, so we think that's Jack. Just going to our next glassing spot. Oh, we've seen a couple more deer on the slip up here in front of us. Not the stag we're looking for, so we'll keep glassing, but it's good signs.
So hopefully, this last 30 minutes of flight, we can pull it off. We now begin the final story up valley, the dying hours of the mission. We can smell the air stronger than we've been able to smell it all trip. Wait. Shoot when you can. Shoot when you can.
Yes, boy. Done him. Done him. Stag down. Stag down. Boy, stag down.
I just fucking could smell deer. Just looked over and there he was.
Oh my god. Just
Bring it in, boys. Bring it in. What a little mission. Oh, we done it, boys.
Gun safe. Boys are absolutely stoked.
You wouldn't believe it. We went through all of the motions. We figured out a plan, and we've nailed a stag.
Absolute perfect cull, perfect end to a trip. Can't be more excited than this.
unreal. Unreal.
Last light delight, that's what I call
Yeah,
it.
well done, lads.
Yeah, no, absolutely wrapped with this stag. He's not super old, but he's not super young either. Middle age, perfect scrub stag to take. Never going to grow to anything. Our game plan after a whole week of trying's paid off.
I didn't even see this guy and you already shot. I saw you load the gun.
It just goes to show low light, close quarter conditions. Things like a face mask, gloves, and a hat of some sort can really help conceal you. Just that, give you that extra 10 seconds to get a shot off, because they can't quite make you out.
But unreal.
Cheers, mate.
And the stags are going absolute ballistic all around us now. Of course, that's how it goes. Right on the last evening, it starts firing. We're going to take the head, we're going to take the back stakes, probably a couple back legs if we can carry all that meat back to camp, go and catch up with the other boys and see how they got on. So if you don't mind a wee bit of blood and gore,
This stag is mid-raw, so the meat's not going to be fantastic.
Still very fit for this time of the year, so it just goes to show that the raw is only just sort of kicking off. He hasn't lost a heap of body condition yet. In another 3-4 weeks time, he would have been skin and bone. Perfect time to get this perfect meat.
Belly's going to run one cut down on one side of the spine, one cut down on the other.
Back to the hips and then the shoulder blade.
Nothing gruesome about a head.
Our ethos when we're out hunting. So obviously you always hear us say, we're after a big mature animal, or we're looking for a female animal for meat. However, there is an exception, and that is a cull animal. So that is an animal that's not holding the genetics that the area should be, an animal that is negatively affecting the breeding herd. That is essentially the animal we've shot tonight. What an animal to take. Oh shit, yeah!
That was sick.
We heard a gunshot.
Yeah, we heard a gunshot, mate.
Oh, mate, I cocked up a 10 in the scrub, eh?
Whilst there's stories of success going around the fire, there's also the tales of the one that got away going around the fire.
Oh, man, I don't even want to talk about it. He tried to get the drop on me after I'd let out a few roars and I'd started moving again, and he kind of roared himself in, let out a couple moans. Yeah, I let out one last moan and he'd come out from behind this tree and went squeeze. Safety was on straight away, pretty much like, no, surely not. Clicked it back over, and when I looked up, he'd spooked. I let the round off, and I think I went straight over top of him. Couldn't find any blood. Chased his trail for about over an hour, really. Ended up back down at the end of the hill, so I was like, oh, well, I'm going home.
Absolutely stoked to be out here with all your boys, and stoked to be into some good hunting.
I'm stoked, mate. I'm stoked.
I don't want to talk about it.
Dinner is served. Cheers.
Look how much is in there still.
That is a big.
Our rifles are tucked away and nice and safely, so yeah, we can enjoy our evening. Got a fire going, and we're gonna have a couple of quiet beers.
It's a little bittersweet that it's the last evening, doing it what we love most. Couldn't ask for anything more with some great company. Cheers.
Beautiful.
How bloody good.
Good morning. It's the final morning for us, of course. Everything is pretty much soaked from dew overnight. We are packing up, so we're getting ready for the chopper inbound in a couple hours, and we have to get all this stuff back into bags, nicely tucked away.
Really just prolonging packing up because it's such a seeps. And Tipi is down. Well, we've almost got all the gear packed up. We're just going to start shuffling some gear over to the pickup zone, which is about 50 metres that way. It's nice and easy.
The sun has arrived. We have about 30 minutes to dry out, warm up, then we're out of here.
incredible week. We started over on the east coast. We flew over the main divide with backcountry here behind me, and then we were into an epic week of hunting. We're now back out on the west coast here. Thank you so much for backcountry flying us in. We had an incredible time. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, all that weird stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.
Let's go, boys!
West Coast wild boar.
And bull dog.
Unreal.
Oh, we done it, boys!